Hello everyone, I'm Feldin, and today we're going to be having a little look at contracts. So here we are up at the shop, and today, as the title suggests, we are going to be looking at some contracts, how contracts work in FS22. And specifically, I want to take a look at harvest contracts, because they are a little bit of a quirky one. So let's go down and have a look. And there should be a couple available. And ironically, that's all we've got is harvest contracts. But yeah, I mean, you'll get, if you haven't played Farming Simulator before, you'll get contracts for all sorts of things like cultivating fields, spreading fertilizer, spraying off weeds, harvesting as we're getting here, and probably some more unique and interesting ones within the realm of the new FS22 game. Don't know what they are, haven't found any yet, but we are going to, today, we're going to take on this harvest contract up at Field 11, and we're going to borrow the items so we get the handy dandy harvester and other equipment that this chap is going to lend us. So let's do that, and these machines will be waiting at the shop, which should be right in front of us. Let's go back up to the map screen. So we are down here. There's all that lovely equipment. Field 11 is up here, and it's not a small field, but it is right next to the sell point, or the delivery point. He wants us to take it up there to the grain mill, which I assume is what that large obnoxious exclamation point is all about. So, what we shall do, let's have a look at what we've got. We have a John Deere, a class-branded trailer, that's cool. Karat 140 TD, lovely, and this nice John Deere harvester. So what we shall do is get all this lovely equipment up to the field, and we shall see you once we are there. Okay, we are back here at the field now, Field 11, and an interesting thing I did notice was the header trailers are significantly better than they were in FS19. It has a fantastic locking mechanism on it now. In fact, we might actually show that quick, because that is a really, really cool point. Because in FS19, they had a habit of getting caught on things, coming off, and just generally not being so good. So if I just detach this now, it falls down onto it, and then it snaps into place, which is brilliant. And I could not knock it off. See, it's not coming off at all, and that is a fantastic improvement. So if anyone hasn't noticed that yet, header trailers are now actually quite good. But yes, the main reason we are here, I'm just going down to the start of the field, is to test harvesting contracts. Specifically, I want to see how the yield and delivery percentages stack up. Because in FS19, the key point was you would unfold the harvester first in order for it to work. No, the key point was you would do you get a percentage completion for actually harvesting, and you would also get a percentage completion for delivery. And the thing was, with that, if you potentially harvested the field first, then delivered the grain, or root crops, whatever it is you were getting, then you would get more bonus crop available at the end than if you, say, harvested some, delivered some, and then completed it out by delivering specifically. So what we're going to try here is harvesting this entire field. Hopefully we can get it all in one go. If we can't, then I may go pop it in the silo that we started with, the base game silo, or possibly buy a piece of land just up here and chonk it down and just pop it in there, because that would be quite a handy thing to test. But for now, yeah, let's have a look at the contract, see how well we are doing. Yeah, we're up to 4% already. Now, from what I believe, that could potentially go up to about 80% complete just from doing the harvesting. which would hopefully mean you get a lot of grain left at the end of it. But there's always that thing of, is it a combination of the two, or does one work off the other? So the more harvesting you do, the less grain you have to deliver. But then again, oops, I'm missing a bit there. I want to make sure we do get it all. It's one of those things where if you, I missed another bit too. If you actually harvest some and deliver some, if you harvest it all first, then deliver it, will it be the same amount left as if you were to say harvest some, deliver some, then harvest the rest of it, and then deliver some at the end? How do the numbers stack up? So that's essentially what we want to find out. How much, or what's the best way to do it to get the maximum amount of bonus crop at the end. Because bonus crop at the end means more money. You get whatever the contract pays plus whatever the sell value is of the crop that you've got at the time, and that's a good thing. So yeah, we shall carry on harvesting this and see how it goes. I shall come back in a little while, probably when we've got a full tank and a full harvester, just so we can see how far through the contract we are. I think at the moment, let's have a quick one last look. Yeah, we're at 21% complete there, just from harvesting about 2/3 of the headland, maybe? Yeah. So we'll continue on doing this, and I shall see you all back again once we get a little bit further through harvesting. Okay, so quick point to know here. We have got through one full combine tank so far. I don't think we've done 50% of the field yet, but we are at 50% of the contract completion, which is interesting, because I don't think it might show us on the map screen slightly better. Let's zoom in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I suppose we might have harvested 50% of it, but maybe. But still, it's quite a big field. But yeah, so we've got 10,000 litres exactly, and we are now 50% through in the contract. So we shall continue on, see how much we get from this, and then see what percent completion we're at when we have a full trailer and a full harvester. And what I will do at some point is actually save the game again. I did save it just before we started again on this next piece of harvesting, but I may save it a little bit later on so we can see how things stack up. Well, actually, no, 50% is a good margin to start at, so we'll leave it there. But yeah, essentially what we'll do, we'll harvest as much as we can, see what the stats are, and then figure out where we're going to go from there in terms of storing some or delivering some, and then we can hop back to this 50% mark and see what changes if we just go and deliver that entire trailer. So yeah, I shall see you all again in a little bit. Okay, here we are, just coming up to the end of this field. Got the whole thing harvested, and we've got it all in the trailer and the combine, so that's good. Now, in total, grain-wise, we've got, let's see, 4126 in here, and we should have 20,000 litres even in the trailer. Yes, we do. Okay, and the contract is showing at 84% complete. So, what we are going to do with that is, let's see, let's drive the tractor over to the grain thing and pop in some of this and see what happens. If it can figure out what gear it wants to be in. Okay, this is the grain mill, and the sell point, there's the sell point, just over here. Okay, so yeah, just from harvesting the field, we got up to 84% complete on that. Now, let's see how much we get for this. And what I'm going to try and do is stop it at around about 10,000 litres and see what we get. Well, there we go. 10,000 litres, just under 10,000 litres was delivered, and that says 6% was transported for the Field 11 contract. That put us up by 2 whole percent. That seems a little bit wrong. Let's drop the rest of this in. But we're going to keep an eye on the top right just in case it says anything else, such as contract complete. And there it says we've delivered 13%. And we're still only 87% done. That's crazy. Okay, well we're going to switch over to the harvester and bring that over. Now usually off a field this size, with a 24,000 litre harvest, we'd have gotten at least a couple of thousand litres out of that. This does not look like we're going to get much of anything. So let's see if it'll deliver it straight in from here. Will you deliver it for us? You will. Okay. About 4,000, it says 40 here. I don't think this is going to complete. Or if it is, we're not going to get anything for it. Keep an eye up at the top just in case it says contract complete. %, transported. And contract says it's 88% done. And the field 11, is completely harvested. That's the trailer. That is completely harvested. There is no crop left in that whatsoever. It is as empty as can be. Now the only thing that is left in it is the straw. So, what does that mean for us? Because we didn't get any other equipment. If we have a quick look over at the store here, where's the store? It's down here. Yeah, there's no other equipment showing around there, so it's not like we can pick up the grain, the straw rather, and put it in there. There's no mystery grain hiding on here that I can see. Let's have a look just to be sure. But yeah, that is a peculiar one. I mean, let's just pop it down, just in case I missed something around the edge. No, nothing there. Do we have to return the equipment or anything? I mean, it's not showing up as leased equipment, I don't think. No, no leased items. So, isn't that interesting? 88% complete, field is harvested, everything was delivered, and the contract's not complete. That is interesting. Potentially a bug. Well, what we shall do is leave that one open, because we can accept 2 contracts, and this one is for wheat. So we'll accept the wheat contract. In fact, where is field 60? Let's have a quick look. I always forget that. I just go back up here. Field 60 is over here, I think. Yeah, it's about as far away from us as possible. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. We just go straight down the road there. Yeah, so I'm tempted to try that one quick and see if that one works out any better. So let's borrow the items just in case. And we're just going to drive this down and see, because I think we can use this harvester on another contract while we've got it. So we'll just check to be sure, and if not, then we'll bring the Deutz Farm loaner one over here just to be safe, or over there rather. But yeah, that's curious to me, that one, and a bit concerning. Okay, that should... There we go, snapped into position, lovely. Very much liking that. So, yeah, I'll get these down to field 60 and see what's going on. Okay, just a quick thing to note, well, two things actually. One, if you have contract equipment borrowed from contract A, you can use it on contract B, because this is the contract for the wheat field for the other guy, and we are using the contract equipment from the first contract for the oats guy. But the thing I've just noticed here, and I wanted to hop out to check, now while there's still some field left, if you look at the field info in the bottom right there, it says it's 0% fertilised and 50% weeds. Now this is a new game save that I started fresh right before I started recording this. So we've got a 50% weeds, 0 fertilisation field. That's potentially not going to have enough crop to complete the contract again. And since that worker is driving the harvester, I figured I'd go over and collect on the run, as it were, once he gets started. But yeah, that is a tiny bit concerning. Now, of course, it could just be because this is the first contract that I've done. It's the first bit of field work that's been done on this, or literally like the first thing that's been done in this game save. It could potentially mean that other contracts you would get different field states for them, particularly if you've been doing fertilising contracts on them first. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, there's a number of factors that could play into it, but it's a little bit concerning for me that yeah, this is playing out the way it is. Because if we look at the contract thing again, we are 65% completed now, and we still haven't sold or delivered any of this. Rather, this is just field what's it stuff, harvesting stuff. So let me just let's wait till we get to the end of the road before I'm too late. Pull away. Yeah, so that is a little bit worrying. I'm just going to hop in and dismiss that worker because they missed half the field. Probably because there was a car driving by, or there's a road sign there. Oh well, never mind that. But yeah, I'll get this last little bit done, and we'll see where we stack up. Okay, there we go. We just finished harvesting the entire field. We'll dump it off into the trailer here, and while that's unloading, we'll just check the contract. So I have a feeling it's going to put us at 84% complete. It has, just the same as the other one. Oops. Yeah, obviously that's 8% because we delivered some stuff. But yeah, 84% complete. No contract, no crop delivered. And let's see, where are we taking this? I forgot what the contract said now. Johnson's Farmers Market. Okay, let's just tag that on the map. And that is across the highway and up there. Okay. Well, the next thing we shall do is drive up there with our load. Well, let's just make sure we did get everything out of the harvester and pull it off the road so that car can go about its business. Yep, that is empty. That has 13,000 litres of wheat in it. And let's get up here and see what happens. Now, given that was... Oops, my cruise control's so low. There we go. Given that was such a small... fairly small yield, I mean, off of that field that's not terrible, but if it was 0 fertilisation and 50% weeds, then I don't think we'll have got enough to complete that contract. And I suspect we'll end up in the same state we were with the other one, with 2 incomplete contracts and no bonus crop. So we shall get up there and we shall see what happens. Alright, here we are coming up to Johnson's, whatever this place was called. And yeah, we are coming back around here to do the drop off. And interestingly, is this a thing that we can buy? Let me just make sure. This is the farmer's market. So why has it got 2 drop off symbols back here? Curious. If we drive into this one, we get the drop off. I wonder what happens if we drive into the other one. That's curious. Ah, I wonder if this is a drop-off sell point for something else, like greenhouse stuff, maybe eggs, something like that. You know, tomatoes, lettuce, one of those sorts of things. Okay, so we are, just to confirm, 84% complete, nothing delivered. So we're going to deliver some and see what happens. We'll get down to about 6,000 left. About there. 14% delivered on field 50. And that was just over half of the load that we had. Contract says 87% complete. Let's drop the rest of it in and see what it does. %, complete, transported, 89% total. So again, that I suspect that field state of no fertilizer and 50% weeds has caused that contract, as well as the first one, to fail. So we are effectively in a fail state for 2 harvesting contracts in a row. Now, granted, you could, if you had extra crop, fill it in and knock it over the top, but for the sake of that, I mean, that wheat one, we delivered 13,000 litres, give or take a bit, and that's not the menu. It's all in this menu, isn't it? Wheat is currently selling for let's call it 700 per 1,000 litres. So if we were to sell 13,000 litres, that's going to be worth way more than that contract. And if 13,000 litres was just a quarter of it and only got us up by what, like 5%, yeah, that's just not economical. That's not going to work. I think that's a bug. Now, like I said, it could be because this is a fresh, completely new map. No field work had been done to those fields through other contracts. They were as was. I suspect that they didn't reset the field state when you accepted the contract to make it function within the realms of the contract system. Because that was something that FS19 did do, and this was a problem that we encountered when Precision Farming was released. Because contracts would not complete because the fertilization state wasn't working properly. So yeah, there you have it. A little bit of information about harvesting contracts, worth keeping an eye on. So on that note, if you've enjoyed this quick look that we had, this little look at contracts, specifically harvesting, please by all means hit the like button. That would be very much appreciated. Comments are always welcomed, and subscribe too if you haven't already, and please feel free to share this video. That would be greatly appreciated. And on that mild, slightly confusing disappointment, I shall bid you all farewell. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheerio.